There's the flag, Diane.
Okay, please stand. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to
Pledge
the
allegiance
flag
to the flag
of
the United States of America
and to the
and to the
to
republic
the republic for which it
for which
stands,
it stands, one nation,
nation, under God,
God,
indivisible.
indivisible,
liberty
with liberty and justice for all.
and for all.
Thank you, Diana. Now, item number 14. Brett, can you do that one?
Yes, Dr. Williams. In closed session today, the board voted to approve a final settlement agreement and general release of all claims in a special education matter, the terms of which provide for consideration and a release of all claims. The vote was unanimous, with all 5 members participating in the roll call vote.
Yes. Thank you, Brett. Yeah. Chris, can you do number 15
Yes.
on public hearing?
Yes, this is the time of the board meeting that's been set aside for a public hearing on Resolution 040120-A, increased statutory school fees imposed on new residential and commercial/industrial development projects pursuant to Education Code Section 17620. We have no members of the public that wish to speak to this, so the public hearing is closed.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, call for agenda items for separate action adoption of the agenda is posted.
There are none. I move approval. Second.
Discussion. This is by roll call, folks. Board Member Kerr.
Aye.
Dr. Benitez. Aye. Diana.
Aye.
Mr. Meyer. Mr. Meyer. Mr. Meyer. John, can you hear me? Mr. Meyer. No connection with John. John is off the call.
You can continue with the vote.
So Brett, do I need to wait for John to get back on the call?
No, you could continue on, and as soon as you vote, then you would record that as a 4-0 vote, with Mr. Meyer not participating in that vote.
Okay, the motion is approved 4-0 with Mr. Meyer not participating in the vote. Thank you. Approval of minutes? I move to approve. Discussion? All in favor? Sorry. Roll call. John, are you back on the call?
I'm back finally, thank you.
All right, thank you, John. Ms. Kerr?
Aye.
Diana?
Aye.
Dr. Benitez?
Aye.
Mr. Meyer?
Aye.
Aye, the motion is approved unanimously. Thank you all. There's no communication. Public testimony on items listed on the agenda. Chris?
We have no items for comment listed on the agenda.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Staff report, there is none. Public testimony on items not listed on the agenda. Chris?
Yes, we have 5 comments, and Mrs. Betchel will read those.
So we have 5 requests.
Yes, and Lori will read those comments.
Okay, Lori?
Okay, the first one comes from Jennifer Cass. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Her comment is, what is going to be done with special education children that are struggling? An email with links is not appropriate or individualized education options. It doesn't even correlate to our IEP, so it is not helpful. All special ed kids are not the same, and a page of links is not helpful. Why are we not having teleconferences or video sessions like other districts are doing? I am not a speech teacher or an OT professional. We also have lost all communication with our beloved BIs from class. This has been detrimental to my child and many others I know that rely on this consistency. Why is Long Beach what are they going to do to help special needs children who need and deserve more? Okay, this is the second one from Joan Russell. To whom it may concern, I'm writing to express my concern for some of our students with autism and other learning challenges who can easily become overstimulated by a class setting via Google Meet. I am a district teacher who had a student last year and the year before who struggles with settings that can be overwhelming for him. The first week we started distance learning, I decided to keep my original plan to hold my monthly Throwback Thursday lunch for students who I have had in the past. But this month it would be a virtual lunch. One of my students with autism loves Throwback Thursday lunch and counts down the days to come to my room. He was able to attend our virtual lunch, but quickly became overwhelmed since there were 19 students in attendance. So he was not able to stay with us for long. Unfortunately, it's just too chaotic, and with that many students on Google Meet, I would like to create a Google Classroom on a smaller scale to keep the student connected and would like to have his one-on-one aide and the IBI supervisors participate. These students need to stay connected as well, so we need to be able to support them differently. I hope the school board can support the teachers who see a need and are doing everything they can to fill that virtually. Thank you for all you do to support our students, teachers, and community. Okay, the third one is from Jennifer Yates. Dear board members, I know you will be getting a lot of emails, so I will keep this short. We need our schools to provide virtual instruction daily. Our teachers continue to get paid. Please train them in a HIPAA-compliant platform. There are many, in how to conduct a virtual classroom. All teachers should have the same guidelines, i.e. 2 hours of instruction a day with clear lesson plans. Special ed services need to be provided this way as well. Goals worked on as stated in the legally binding IEPs. Anything else is unacceptable. Okay, this is the last one, and it's from Robin Weckerly. My name is Robin Weckerly, and I am a parent of a student at Los Cerritos Elementary. I want to first thank this board, Mr. Steinhauser, Dr. Baker, and Dr. Brown, and other district staff for the way you have led courageously through these uncertain times, ensuring that the district continue to provide meals for students who need them, the distribution of Chromebooks, and even making the hard decision to close schools in the first place is why I am proud to be Long Beach USD. Before the closure, my son was having a dream year. He was thriving academically. We finally cracked the code of how much and which supports would help him to be most successful. He had a teacher who really got him, and best of all, he was making huge growth socially. For a kid with autism who struggles with communication, it doesn't get any better than this. Personally, I have had moments of anger and heartbreak watching my son adjust to this new normal. The hardest part is the social isolation. He misses his friends. He misses his teacher. He misses his SLP and OT. I have set up Zoom chats with classmates. I have been able to reach out because I already had their phone number, but there are many more we cannot contact. The student account on the Chromebook does not allow for Google Hangouts, and in the Google Classroom, students can't email each other directly. Every message I have received from a provider has made it clear that they are not able or allowed to provide any direct support. Everything about this closure is hard, but we can do hard things. I encourage the district to pay attention to the social, emotional well-being of all students by finding ways to connect them with each other. If support services like speech and OT and RSP are not going to be provided by a person, can the district allow service providers to video chat with our kids to provide a moment of connection with the people they have spent years building relationships with? My kid is resilient and he will thrive again, but I wish it didn't have to be this hard. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Mrs. Betchel,
Thank you, Lori.
we have one more, Dr. Williams, from Mrs. Rivera. Do you have that one, Mrs. Betchel? If not, I can read it.
Yes, Adrian Rivera. I'm a parent of 2 special needs children in 2nd and 6th grade, both with autism and additional diagnoses. I am concerned with the way related services has been alienated as well as what accommodations are being provided. Although I do not understand that the district was forced to quickly enact a plan to support continued learning, this broad plan does not address the individual needs of our children. Simply providing links for parents to access to adequately support our children's individual goals. In addition, we are not licensed to provide the service and cannot gauge if what we were doing even provides any level of progress. With so much technology and LBUSD being the 3rd largest district in the state, I would expect the attempt to at least continue sessions virtually if possible. We're midway through the 3rd week since the closure, and there has been limited contact, if any, from our service providers and IEP case carriers to check in and see what supports they can offer. I understand that this temporary change is uncharted territory for all, but LBUSD is greater than this. LBUSD exclusively utilizes Google and provides multiple functions within Google to all of our students. Google Meet would be an excellent method to attempt to continue services virtually. We have experienced a lack of consistency and equity in the way online learning is being delivered. Some teachers, schools, are already up and providing lessons through Google Meet. Others are making little to no contact aside from posting assignments. Some teachers have due dates for assignments, and when not submitted by the due date, are sending messages saying that the assignments are missing. Although assignments are not to be graded at this time, we have a teacher giving extra credit for assignments that are being done. We have been told by some teachers that completed assignments will be provided with feedback, but at this point, neither of my children have received any. I'm struggling as a parent with how to adequately support my children if we do not receive feedback on areas that need improvement. To only provide extra credit sounds nice, but does not accurately reflect my children's ability levels and areas where they need more support. I would like to see the district establish an expectation from their educators to provide the same level of support, contact to families in an attempt to be more equitable and continue to help our children learn. It's taken my children 5 to 6 hours a day to complete their assignments, and after all of their hard work, they decide they deserve feedback and not to make it all appear as busy work. Albeit, we still have families with limited access or parents who cannot provide the required level of attention as they continue to work as an essential worker, are trying to save their businesses, or any other multitude of reasons. My continued hope is that some of these matters are already being addressed and a plan put in place, as it appears home learning opportunities will continue through the end of the school year. Without the appropriate instruction and support from our teachers and service providers now, I fear that many parents will be discussing their children's regression in many areas when they return to campus. We need to be proactive and not reactive. Thank you for your time and consideration. We are proud to be LBUSD and look forward to engineering new methods that help our children to thrive.
Thank you, Lori. I expect that's it. No more?
Correct.
No, that's all.
Oh, thank you, Lori.
You're welcome.
We are now at business items, personnel, Mr. Meyer.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. I present the following proposed actions prepared by the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resource Services, approved and recommended by the Superintendent. Appointments 66, leaves of absence 2, resignations 7, retirements 9, reductions 25, abolishments 12, rescissions 2. Certificated personnel, appointments 21, in-service changes 15, leaves of absence 8, resignations 3, retirements 9, Decision 1. And I move approval.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call. This is Craighead.
Aye.
Meyer, Dr. Meyer,
Aye.
Kerr,
Aye.
Dr. Benitez. Aye. Aye. The motion is approved unanimously. Finance report A.
Move approval?
Second.
Discussion?
Yes. I would just like to thank the Rumba Foundation for their donation of over $49,000. They're very generous and they support our art program.
Thank you, Diana. More further discussion? Okay, call for the vote. Mrs. Craighead?
Aye.
Meyer?
Aye.
Kerr?
Aye.
Dr. Benitez? Aye. Aye. The motion is approved unanimously. Finance report B.
Move approval.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I recuse myself from participation in Finance Report B on the consent calendar. I have a potential financial interest under Government Code 1091 and 87100. My husband works for a subcontractor who has done work for the babies.
Okay, thank you. Roll call. Ms. Craighead?
Aye.
Meyer?
Aye.
Dr. Benitez? Aye. Aye. The motion is approved 4-0 with one recusal. Business Department report.
Move approval.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. Call for the vote. Roll call vote. Ms. Craighead?
Aye.
Meyer?
Aye.
Ms. Kerr?
Aye.
Dr. Benitez? Aye. Aye. The motion is approved unanimously. Purchasing and contract report A.
Move approval?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, need a
Second.
discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, I actually have a general question with regards to our purchasing and contract. You might be able to answer this. My general question is regarding renewals of contracts and or new contracts. Since our schools are currently closed until further notice, I'm wondering how we're handling contracts or renewals that include activities. And I can provide an example, like on page 2, item number 5, item number 11 as well, where there's activities that were either supposed to be done or were going to be done over the summer. How are we handling those contracts and or renewals, given that many of the activities will either have to be postponed or suspended?
Yeah, so we will carry forth with some of the contracts and payment for the services that have already been rendered. We will be analyzing some of the contracts for activities for in future to see if they further need to be extended or renewed for another term.
Okay. Is there a way you need to highlight some of those in the upcoming board meetings, just so we know what items are pending, what items will be pushed back, given that it would be hard to sort of get context on each of the activities, and more highlight those where either activities or work performed would be impacted by our school closure.
Sure.
Thank you.
Further discussion? Okay, call for the vote. Roll call. Ms. Craighead?
Aye.
Meyer?
Aye.
Ms. Kerr?
Aye.
Dr. Benitez? Aye. Aye, the motion is approved unanimously. Purchasing and contract report B.
Move approval.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I recuse myself from participation in purchasing and contract report B on the consent calendar. I have a potential financial interest under Government Code 1091 and 87100. My husband works for a subcontractor who has done work for the awardees.
Thank you, Megan. Call for the vote. Ms. Craighead?
Aye.
Mr. Meyer?
Aye.
Ms. Kerr? I'm sorry, you've already recused. Dr. Benitez?
Aye.
Okay, the motion is approved 4-0 with 1 recusal. We are now at the superintendent item, student discipline.
Yes, Mr. President and members of the board, we're recommending expulsion of student 774. This student would be expelled under Education's Code 48900.4 and would be not able to be readmitted until January 27, 2021.
I move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call. Ms. Craighead?
Aye.
Mr. Meyer?
Aye.
Ms. Kerr?
Aye.
Dr. Benitez?
Aye.
Aye. The motion is approved unanimously. We are at unfinished business. There is none. New business. Resolution 040120-A. Increased statutory school fees imposed on new residential and commercial industrial development projects pursuant to Education Code Section 17620. Does anyone need to speak to that, or do we need?
I move approval.
Okay.
I second.
Okay, discussion? Any discussion? Call for the vote, roll call vote. Ms. Craighead?
Aye.
Mr. Meyer?
Aye.
Ms. Kerr?
Aye.
Dr. Benitez?
Aye.
Aye. The motion is approved unanimously. We are now at report of board members. Let's start with Ms. Kerr.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for everyone who has joined us live streaming, the Zoomers in front of me and those at the board building. I don't have much to report other than to say thank you to staff for the tremendous work that they continue to do to support students and families. We know that it's been a learning experience for all of us, and I'm grateful that you continue to show up every day and work hard. Many of you, lots of long hours, so I'm grateful for that. I want to thank the parents who are doing their absolute best in these unprecedented times to support their students' learning. I also understand that trying to support student learning amongst the environment we're in, from our homes or the places that we happen to be staying safely together, can be a challenge. And I want to thank you for showing up and trying. And you're doing a great job. And it may not feel like it. I know even parenting my own young adults, it doesn't feel super successful some days. But I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate all you're doing to support your students. To those of you who are showing up on multiple platforms, including Twitter and Instagram, to say hello to each other, to make connections, whether you're driving through neighborhoods to see your students, students who are showing us their workouts that they're doing from their homes, students who are reaching out to teachers to say thank you. We know that the work that we do is relationship-based, and your continued engagement and reaching out to each other is inspirational to watch from home. And I want to thank you and ask you to continue to engage with us and to engage with each other. And finally, I said it last time and I'll say it again, to our students who are graduating, to our students who are promoting, to our students who are looking forward to a springtime full of really important memories. We're so sorry, I'm so sorry that it's turning out this way and not the way that you dreamed of. and not the way that you deserved. So there's a lot of strong feelings, and I want to encourage you to share those with us and with people who care deeply about you, because it matters. I know in the grand scheme of things, we all want people to be safe, but those memories matter, and those expectations were really important. So know that we love you, and our heart breaks for you that you're missing those things as well, and we're doing everything we can to support you and all of those feelings around that. So take very good care of yourselves, students, and know that we're here for you and we love you. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you very much, Megan. Dr. Benitez.
Yes, Dr. Williams, thank you. I would say, for my report, in the spirit of our civil rights leader, Cesar Chavez, yesterday, who not only fought for civil rights and worker rights, but human rights, that I want to take an opportunity to thank all of our sheroes and heroes right now, particularly farm workers, those folks that are working in the fields right now, in warehouses, in our markets, grocery stores, bodegas, truck drivers, everyone along the economic chain to make sure that we are able to feed ourselves in these challenging times. I also want to thank our first responders, our firefighters, our police officers, all of our health professionals that are risking their lives every day to make sure that we're safe and healthy and that we can provide an education as a school district to students. Finally, I want to thank our teachers and all of our district staff, as well as their family members that are serving as co-teachers right now. Not that we parents weren't already teaching, but in a new capacity here as allies with our teachers. I know for sure that in the last few weeks, all of our district staff and teachers have reaffirmed their commitment to, first and foremost, our students' safety and health, but as a part of that, a modified version of education. So I want to ask all of our community members, particularly parents and organizations that are still providing services and programs, that this is an opportunity for us to come together. So even though we have to adjust our level of patience and our level of flexibility, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there is hope. And the support and the love and the caring that we show to our students and for one another right now will have long-term payoffs. So I would ask for everyone's patience as we try to figure out and make adjustments as a school district to affirm our students' health and safety and education. There will be changes virtually and in the next few weeks. And as I would say to my daughter, once our schools open up again, you will see your friends again, you will be able to social interact again, you will see your teachers again, you will be at your schools again. And so this is just a moment of reflection and pause and reaffirming that our commitment is ultimately to our student and community success. And just, again, showing our gratitude and appreciation to everything that's being done. And it's not being done perfectly, and it's not being done in the context of a very smooth environment to be able to execute our mission. But we'll get through this, and we'll get through this stronger and better. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benitez. Mr. Meyer.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Kerr and Dr. Benitez. You were very articulate in expressing our concern and love and welfare for our students and our parents and our community. I don't need to go on about that, except I, too, have a grandson in the same school with Dr. Benitez's daughter, and we take it all very personally. We want the very best for our kids and for our families and for our communities. It's been said that a wise man doesn't need advice and a fool won't take it anyway, but let me share with you that my encouragement to listen to Dr. Fauci Dr. Fauci has been an infectious disease specialist, long been regarded as a national treasure, has become a source of trust for hundreds of millions of people over this last month. He is the raspy voice of reason. Fauci's deep expertise, avuncular demeanor, direct style of communication have turned a distinguished 79-year-old immunologist into the world's most unlikely celebrity. Listen to our physicians for advice and follow it and be safe. We love you all.
Thank you, John. Diana?
Yes, I would just like to echo the sentiments of my colleague in thanking everyone for putting in the hard work. It's not easy for anybody, but for so many of you, you are finding ways to stay connected. So, for example, Mr. Samuels, the principal at Hughes, he has a message on the school website talking about virtual office hours and even instructions on how to use Google Classroom. And it's very entertaining. It's very creative. Also, other school communities have planned things, and some things, distance abiding activities like car parades. For example, tomorrow, Riley is going to be doing a spirit route, and faculty and staff will be driving the neighborhood at a certain time, and you can check the website to find out, but they're asking the kids to come out of their houses so the teachers and faculty can wave to them. Everybody will be in their own individual cars. Everybody will be a safe distance, and the kids will stay maybe at their front door or from the window or something and wave to their teachers. And also, families are doing things like using sidewalk chalk art to interact with their neighbors in creative ways. Writing messages, inspirational messages out front, or could be something as simple as a hopscotch thing, so that people, when they come by, they can, maybe linger a little bit longer. So it's taking a lot of work, commitment. I also want to echo the sentiment of Mrs. Kerr about our seniors. I think that's probably the most, one of the most heartbreaking parts of this, whole crisis is that these seniors are going to be missing out on things that we just take for granted, that, at the culmination of your school years, that you get to participate in these wonderful things. And I think that part is something that is affecting all of us, that it's out of our control. It's nothing that we can, do anything about at this time, but hopefully we'll find a way to honor our seniors. And then lastly, I would just like to say, be sure to check the Long Beach Unified School District website for daily messages. They are very informative, very inspiring, and I want to thank Dr. Baker and Dr. Brown, because it's wonderful that, they've been putting in this time and effort to stay connected. And I think that's the whole underlying message here, is staying connected. And it's challenging, and we have to be creative, but I think because we can't be together, we're working harder to find ways to stay connected. So it is inspirational to see how people are doing that, and we'll just have to keep that up and fight the good fight, stay home, wash your hands, do all the basic things, and we will tough this out. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Diana. I just echo the sentiments of my board colleagues. These are indeed unprecedented times. I don't think any of us have seen anything like this. But in spite of it, we've seen our people rise to the occasion and appreciate the leadership in moving the district forward. Chris, executive staff, teachers, students, and parents have all done what they needed to do to move this process forward. And my deep wishes for the health and safety of everyone. Special thanks to Chris Hitchman, Blake McIntosh, and Brent Noah for getting us working on this connecting virtually. All three of you, thank you so much. Superintendent's report.
Yes, Dr. Williams and members of the board, first of all, thank you for your comments, and I just have a few items I want to highlight. First, I want to thank those who sent in comments today. We welcome the constructive criticism. As Dr. Benitez said, this is not a perfect system. We're working every day to make it better, and we welcome those, and you will be seeing action on those items that you have submitted to us. Everyone is working extremely hard in a very fast pace to roll out the best system possible, and I want to commend everyone. Just this last week, we gave out an additional 10,000 Chromebooks to students, so we've given out 30,000 Chromebooks since December to our students, and soon we will be deploying the 5,000 hotspots that we have that are meant to go to families that do not have internet access. So our schools will be contacting families. Each hotspot can hold up to 10 different devices. So there is no need, if a family has multiple children in a household, they only need one device. More to come on that. I'd also like to echo what has been said. For our seniors, this is nothing that any of us wanted you to go through. We are going to work extremely hard to make sure that you celebrate the way that you should celebrate. And on that note, I have to make an announcement that all of us were hoping we would not have to make, that I will be sending out an email to all parents, staff, and community members that based on the governor's directive today at noon, our schools will be closed for the rest of the year. The buildings will be closed, but the learning will not be closed. And for our seniors especially, we know the importance of graduation, and we are going to work extremely hard to look at alternative ways to celebrate your great feat later this summer. We will be seeking input from many, many people, especially our students, on how we can do this. This is a very sad situation, but as the governor has said, and as Mr. Myers said, with Dr. Fashi, it's critical that we keep everybody safe and that we take the lead on this virus and that we control the spread. And so I do want to thank everybody. There will be more communications coming from us in the upcoming weeks on things such as work that students will be doing, schedules that our folks will follow, but we wanted to get this message out because we know how difficult it is for parents with childcare and so on. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Are there any announcements? Any announcements? Anyone?
Sure, I will make the announcement that today is Census Day, and the Long Beach School's social media today has had obviously a great game plan all along, and they have a really strong social media presence today, reminding folks to fill that out. Fill it out online right now. We did ours this morning. It needs to be done, and now is a good example of this is about dollars. Dr. Baker and Dr. Brown in their messages today to our students and to the community are talking about the census and its importance. So check out those messages. We need you to do this. You're important and you matter and you need to be counted, as Dr. Brown says. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Any further announcements?
Yes, Dr. Williams, I had my phone on mute, so Board Member Kerr beat me to it, my census point. So
I was wondering where you were.
I was talking and then I thought, no one can hear me. So it's www.my2020census.gov. It takes as long as it does to brush your teeth, only a few minutes, 9 questions. You have your Chromebook. There's no excuse not to do it. At your household, our superintendent and our deputy superintendent verified for me yesterday that you can fill out the census using your Chromebook. So no excuse to not fill out the census online, even though the census date got extended to August 14th. Today is the day to do it. don't wait. There's no need to wait. If you don't do it today, the U.S. Census will start sending out letters to households for you to be able to do it. So just reiterating what Board Member Kerr said, no excuse, do your census today.
Thank you, Dr. Benitez. We'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you one and all for this experience. I'm sure that it'll get better and better as we move along. But thank you one and all for your patience and for just being able to do something differently here. Truly appreciate it. Take care, everyone.